Hello, this is RICKY, and welcome to our Samsung Galaxy Unpacked April 2021 live stream watch along. Alright, guys, so I am watching. You can kind of see it right here in the corner. Now, it is a little bit skewed because I have gotten flagged before by Apple, by Samsung, all these different things. So, the link is in the description to watch along with me, and you can see exactly where I am because you can still make out what everything is. Right now, it's literally going on. Now, we fully expect this to be a live event where they talk about the laptops. We already know about the laptops. There's the Galaxy Book, Galaxy Book Pro, Galaxy Book Go, and that's what we're expecting. What we're unsure of is if there's going to be anything else. Are we going to have the Galaxy Watches? Are we going to have the Galaxy Glasses, smart glasses? There's two pairs. Are we going to have anything else? Let me know in the comments section. What are you excited to see? There is no chance of the Galaxy Fold at this event, but there is a chance right now of the Galaxy Z Flip 3. That's the one phone that we could have here, possibly a second one, but I still think it's way too early, is the Galaxy S21 FE. Those are the only two phones on the table that we could see today, but from what I'm hearing, this is going to be a Galaxy laptop really unpacked. But I could be wrong. We'll see if Samsung surprises everyone and they were able to keep things under wraps. Because as of right now, we have not even gotten prototypes for the Flip phone. But I did start seeing people testing out new camera phones yesterday, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Definitely a possibility. We'll have to wait and see for sure. But yeah, I think it's only going to be for the Galaxy Books, which I think kind of like, I'm very curious why they chose to go with that moniker, ready for the most powerful Galaxy yet. Because I think when people think of Galaxy, they do think of the smartphones, the mobile division. But, you know, the laptops have always been good, portable ones, but they never really had, you know, anything very powerful, like they can compete with my laptop, which is a gaming laptop, since the Odyssey series. And from what I'm hearing, we're not going to get something like that. You know, we're not going to get a graphics card heavy laptop this year from them. So at least not at this event. So I'm very curious to see what will happen. It does look like it's about to start. Again, if you want to click the actual video, it's in the description to follow along live with Samsung while you are watching along with me. All right, good morning, JR. Good morning. Good morning, Zero. Good morning, Santiago. Good morning, Kevin. How are you guys doing today? All right, a little bit more here so I can see it. I always do find it funny, like if some marketing is just on point sometimes. I just got an email from OnePlus about their back to school deals. So I just found it funny. I'm like, you have to wonder how much they just planned this, right? All right, it is starting. See what we have here. And I'm going to be brutally honest. From some of the leak stuff we saw, I did see that basically it was going to be a whole thing for you're going to get laptops at 8 gigs of RAM, and I'll tell you right now, I really don't recommend those unless they're under $500. So it really is a thing where it's like, man, I don't know how good these laptops are going to be. I'm very curious, and I'll tell you my flat out responses if I think anyone should buy these or not. Hello. What's up, Warren? Those are three words they've been saying on Twitter for the past week and a half. I guess I do wonder what screens they're going to use. Are they going to be using QLED or OLED? Because Samsung laptops have now used both this year. Get your mug, and the link's in the description. Let me see some of your questions, guys. Gaming Tower. Warren, I did add three more to that category that day, but unfortunately, gaming ones are just very hard to come by right now. They're very rare and far between. So there was two others that were really good. Go ahead and check those out at the youtubetechguy.com slash tech dash deals, I think it is. It's in the link in the description. I'm into all techs, Android, Samsung phones, the most, but nothing will pry my MacBook Pro M1 from my hands. Until there is a new MacBook Pro M1 with a better processor. Hmm. PC lineup. Yeah, Samsung.com has already switched it to a new way to PC for this launch event. So they've already kind of let you know it's going to be PC. The website hasn't updated yet, though, past that. And let me see. And everything of that. They do have a Galaxy Book Odyssey. Okay, all the specs just went live on their PR website. So we'll be going over all the specs then for each of them. The problem with these websites, with the PR websites, is they slow down so much because everyone tries to get all the stuff at the same time. I'm very curious on this Galaxy Book Odyssey. It does not look like a gaming thing. It's very low key. Okay, okay. I don't see a Galaxy Book Go on here yet, which is kind of interesting. Okay, Galaxy Book, Galaxy Book Pro, Galaxy Book Pro 360, and Galaxy Book Odyssey. So four new laptops is what we're seeing. And as they announce them, I'll look over the specs and tell you guys what I think about it. Of course, it's going to be based on the, what do you call it for sure, price point as well, which is not on here. I'm sorry, but his accent is really bad with book. Yeah, Intel's looking for any partner they can get right now. Intel is looking so like they are in big trouble because they're losing so much from AMD right now in performance. They are a solid number two. AMD outclasses them in every processor this year. But what Intel is trying to do is basically they're losing money because Apple did ARM. So now they're basically trying to kind of make up anywhere they can, including they're going to make processors for other companies like Apple, like Qualcomm, and all this stuff. They're open to doing that in the coming future. They're literally making a new factory in order to do that right now. I'm staying with my Galaxy S20 Plus. I will not upgrade to the S20. Yeah, the S21 compared to the S20 really isn't that big of an upgrade. I don't think I would really recommend anyone upgrade unless you do really want better video recording with all three cameras, because that is one thing you can do with the S21 you can't do with the 20. But anything else isn't really worth it. It's interesting to see how Intel is going to get out of this, because, like, if I had stock in Intel right now, I would have pulled it out already. Like, they are in such bad shape. And again, this is the leader in the industry, but they took too long improving their regular processors. They failed at 10 nanometer and under processors. Um, and they just Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting to see how they're going to come back, which they can. They have before, but this is just such a getting hit from all sides kind of thing. I do love that screen that they have in the back. It's like a 3D depth style. It's very interesting. Okay, I know this guy. He's always does the presentations. I will say, although it was very rough in the beginning, I love the Your Companion app that you get on Samsung phones. So, like, you get it with the S21, you got it with the S20. I don't know if you get it with the S10, uh, but it was just really a very easy experience to get all your text message, to get all everything, and to transfer things between your phone and your laptops now. So I really do think that that partnership with Microsoft has done very well. I'll tell you right now, although it's not up yet, not having the Galaxy Book, what's rumored to be the Galaxy Book, okay, okay. So the Galaxy Book is what we thought the Galaxy Book Go was. because I'm looking at these specs, and none of them are really good. They start off at the Celeron and Pentium processors. Do not buy those. Do not buy those. I'll tell you right now before they even announce them. Do not buy a Celeron or Pentium processor computer in today's day and age. It'll get destroyed. It's one of the main reasons why I would love ARM to be better, because one thing that ARM offers at the same price point as Intel that they do way better at is they offer easily much better graphics. Like the dedicated graphics on Intel is getting better. It's one thing that they're stressing right now to try to fix. But it's just not there yet. Okay. It is an interesting thing that they're taking their moniker for that's so famous, right? The phones are the Galaxies, and they're really just like, oh, well, people love Galaxy, so why don't we just, go off of that? Okay. So, right now they are announcing the Galaxy Book Pro. So, let's go ahead and show you the infograph for that. Okay. Might need to make this. Dang it. Can't make this. Okay, I'm just going to have to go over it, because I cannot read that. Okay. So we have i3 to i7 processors. i3 is good for entry level, i5 is what I recommend to most people, and then i7 is what's going to be, of course, the top of the line. So the Pro and the Pro 360, the main difference is that, of course, the 360 can flip around, and you can use it as a tablet. It's also the touchscreen version, too. So this is a 360. They have Wi-Fi 6E, which is the latest Wi-Fi. Very few products still have that as it's coming out. So all of these are Samsung OLED, which is really cool. I mean, that they're bringing OLED to all of these. Interesting. They're also changing the name, it looks like. It doesn't say AMOLED. It says Samsung OLED. So maybe they found that like they're not getting enough credit, or people don't know what OLED or AMOLED means. So maybe they're just calling it Samsung OLED now. So for the 13.3 inch, you're getting Intel graphics. The top of the line ones are going to have the i7 and i5 will have the Iris X graphics. So it means it's a bit better. It can do some basic gaming, but very light, definitely. I wouldn't push anything past Fortnite on there. The 15-inch model does go all the way up to an NVIDIA MX450. Now this is your entry level graphics card, which is okay. I mean, it's better than an Intel or AMD dedicated one. It's gonna be, all around. You can do photo editing with it, no problem, and do that fine. You're not gonna really do video editing past very, very light video editing on it. But yeah, so and gaming, again, you can do probably like Fortnite on it, no problem, but not anything past Fortnite or like Rocket League on those. 720p cameras. I wish they got 1080p cameras on these. I mean, 720p really is dated at this point, and I think last year more than anything else, it showed us that. So ports, both have Thunderbolt 4. USB 3.2. That's kind of disappointing that we don't have USB 4.0 on there already. One HDMI on the 15-inch. Both have a micro SD card slot, and both have a headphone jack. And then one other USB Type C on both of them. So the only difference is one has an HDMI. And we just talked about that. So yeah, so one of them has an HDMI, that's the 15-inch, and 13.3 does not. Thunderbolt 4 is cool, but I would have wanted to see USB 4 on there. I get it why they didn't. Most people do USB 4 on AMD ones because so you get the same thing. Oh, so it's funny. They did call it Super AMOLED there on their presentation, but on here, they're calling it Samsung AMOLED. Or sorry, Samsung OLED. S Pen comes in the box. Size of a real pen means it doesn't have a slot, most likely. So that's interesting. Gotta do that flip shot. Gotta do that flip shot. Alright, hey guys, and if you have any questions in the comment section, let me know. I'll definitely answer any. Rumors for the S22 will have better specs and camera than the S20, 21. S20 has a better body build than the S21. Yeah, if you like the glass, it's going to be better for sure on the S20 and S21 and S21 Plus is obviously glasstic on the cheaper models than compared to the Ultra. So yeah, I would agree with that. So for the 13.3, there will be an LTE variant, so that's interesting. Both displays are going to be 1080p, so we'll leave it at that. And 65 watt USB Type-C charger is how you're going to charge it. What's interesting about that is, you could use the same charger to charge your laptop and your phone with this because they're both 65 watt compatible. So yeah, that's pretty good. Dual array is good. It means it's going to pick up the audio pretty good without having to get an external microphone. How good it is, we'll wait to see. What specs does the S21FE have? We do not know yet. As of right now, there is no final thing on the Galaxy FE. It's still a rumor at this point. We know it's coming out. We showed the images of it, the first leaks, a couple weeks back. So we know it's coming out. When, though, is the question still. We're not sure of that. But nothing new has popped up on their PR website. So as far as I know, this is only going to be the announcement of 4 laptops. They're on the first, they're on the first 2 right now, which is the Galaxy Book Pro and the Galaxy Book Pro 360. So we'll see what else could be announced. But as of right now, we're just getting these 2, the Galaxy Book, which is the cheaper version, and the Galaxy Book Odyssey, which is the most powerful Galaxy ever made. I mean, I'm very curious. I mean, obviously, you'll get it from like Linus Tech Tips, Dave 2D, and all this kind of stuff on if these are any faster than any other Intel's out right now. Because from what I'm seeing, this is just standard 11th gen Intel stuff. You know, we have the Evo series that's been out all year. So far I'm hearing nothing new, but they are making it sound like it's new, right? Ricky, will you be getting any of these new models? What would you be interested in, guys? I mean, I honestly, I probably wouldn't keep them. I would love Samsung to send me one because that would make financially a lot easier. But if I were to get one, which one would you guys be interested in? Maybe I could review it for 2 weeks, then sell it or something. But yeah, let me know what would you guys be interested in out of these 4 models. There's the Galaxy Book Pro and Pro 360. There is the Galaxy Book, which is a very cheap version, and there's the Galaxy Book Odyssey, which is their gaming one. Let me know what you guys think. Which one would you be interested if I were to review one? And I'll take that into consideration to see how much it is and if it financially makes sense. But yes, I would love Samsung to send me one. If you can get on Twitter, put a Twitter blast out there. Hey, at Samsung, send, at YouTube Tech Guy, Galaxy Book Pro, whichever one you want me to review. Pro 360 or the Odyssey. Sadly, so far none of them. Yeah, the Galaxy Book Pro is the first one, obviously, that we're seeing. So we'll see if it gets any better. Um, they better have tested that thinner battery out. The last time Samsung did a ultra thin battery was the Note 7. So they better have tested that battery out very carefully when making it thinner. It's funny that they're saying these laptops have Dolby Atmos now. You can't really have Dolby Atmos on a laptop like this. Yeah, 20 hours you're not getting on a Windows computer. You can get on a Chromebook, you can get on a MacBook, you are not going to get it on a Windows for sure. Maybe on the i3 version at like 20%. I don't even know if you could, brightness at, yeah. I'll say this: they are getting way too Apple-like with this presentation. Like they are going on and on about their achievement and how they made things smaller and how they made things components. This and how they revolutionized and all this kind of stuff. It's like Samsung, you don't have to make it that long just because you're doing it. So yeah. Okay, we're on to the regular Galaxy Book now. Which is what every third-party charging manufacturer is using now. So it's basically the size of this one. This is a 65-watt charger from Samsung. So this is a 65-watt charger from Samsung. This is the one for their smartphones, but it's pretty much going to be the same thing you're seeing here. So this is what they are doing now for their laptops. Their laptop chargers will be this big. So it is very good. Like this is the world we're living in though now. This is becoming the standard. It's been the standard on third-party chargers for a little while now. Those big days of like the big laptop brick that I have that's ridiculous. Yeah, those are going away for sure. Up to 20 hours. I swear that's going to get killed. Notice they don't say which model that is too. They don't say if it's the 13.3 inch or the 15 inch. Okay, Galaxy Book. So this is a more affordable version. It starts off with a Pentium, a Celeron, and then it goes up to an i3 processor. This one only goes 4 gigs, starts at 4 gigs of RAM, which is awful. 8 gigs of RAM is passable if it's under 500. And then 16 gigs of RAM, which is what everyone should get. So this one has a smaller battery in comparison, 54 watt instead of the 65 watt. That's only at the mid-range model. You get the graphics. The i3 Pentium and the Celeron do not get that. They get the standard Intel UHD graphics. How many people needed that last year? One button to turn off your mic and your camera. It could have saved so many Zoom calls for me. This one has an HDMI, it has a Type C. Now the Galaxy Book only comes in a 15-inch display. And then we have the Odyssey. Okay, let me look at these specs. One color. It has an Ethernet cord, or port. $30.50. Okay, I know there's a shortage, obviously, right now. I wish we could have got a 3060 at least. There's two versions of graphics. There's 3050 and 3050 Ti. The 3050 Ti is easily the better one. It goes up to 32 gigs of RAM, and that is really important. It's one of the things that I look for when I look for my gaming. 83-watt battery, so it's the biggest battery, which it needs it for this kind of power. Still a 1080p monitor. I would have wanted a little bit of a better monitor or something else in that vein, basically, to get this. I actually don't see that the Odyssey has an OLED panel. Really. Back in my day, you had to email it to yourself. I don't know the prices of these guys, so I haven't been able to tell you if I recommend any of them at this point. Again, if you have any other questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer any right now. The thing is they aren't even making good PR right now. They're just being annoying PR. Who will buy these lackluster? Yeah, I honestly, and it's Samsung, so I don't think they're going to go really price low quality, low in price. I really don't think so. Does the A52 have an FM radio? You know, I gave that phone already to my friend to sell. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember seeing it, the radio on that one, actually. What has been shown so far? So we've seen all of them. We've seen the Galaxy Book, Galaxy Book Pro, Galaxy Book Pro 360, and the Galaxy Book Odyssey. So those are all the ones that we're going to be seeing today. I don't think there's going to be anything else announced, but I will refresh one more time just to make sure. Yeah, no, nothing else is going to be announced, it looks like. I get that Samsung is trying to, make their own events because we don't have, IFA, we don't have MWC, we don't have these in their own normal way this year. But this one did not need a unpacked, in my opinion. It wasn't. It's their new laptops, yes, but I feel like they didn't do enough to earn it. I mean, I've at least made 100 for sure. Smart Switch stuff, I've gone so many times. Funny thing about bringing Smart Switch to a laptop is that Samsung's had this kind of technology. They've had Samsung migration forever, which is a way to transfer everything over. Samsung SSDs are pretty much the best in the industry. So definitely, like I've always used them for the most part. Anytime I buy a new computer, and it's one way to easily transfer over everything you have. Whether you want to transfer over the OS, you can do that with the mirroring. Or just all the files. So, yeah, I mean, they've already done a very good job. So it's just a rebranding probably and calling it Smart Switch. If only I had a Galaxy Note to sync my notes across. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder how the editing is on Samsung Gallery. Because it's actually pretty decent on the phone. I will say that for a phone editor, it does a pretty good job. But from looking at what they just previewed, you're limited on the computer compared to the phone. They're probably going to talk about your companion app, which is again, it's gone so much better in the past 2 years that they've really integrated it. Oh, sorry, it was called your companion app. Now it's called Link to Windows and your phone. You can answer phone calls on it. You can do text messages. You can do all that. The integrations are great, but they don't expand to other notebooks. Well, remember, you can get the Link to Windows and your phone app on Windows on any computer, on any PC, or any PC rather. Any PC you can search for. It's probably on your computer, to be honest. If you type in your phone, it's probably on your PC. If not, you can download it from the Windows Store, and it seems that I have an MSI gaming laptop and I use it with my Samsung smartphone. So that is not proprietary to it. What's more interesting to me is if I go to the Windows Store, can I actually get Samsung Gallery? That's actually kind of curious. So you actually can get the Samsung Gallery app on a regular PC. I did not know that. I'm downloading it now. That is kind of cool. What other Samsung electronic ones? Who knew? So you can actually totally get. Well, it's funny. You can't get Samsung Notes, but you can totally get S Note, which is just hilarious because if you know the history between those two, you can get S Note on any PC, but you can't get Samsung Notes. Link sharing you can get, of course, because that's a great way. If you don't have link sharing on your Samsung phone, you should get it. You can actually get Samsung Studio Plus, the one they were talking about earlier. Oh no, it's not compatible with this device. Okay, that's not that one's not compatible. You cannot get quick share on any device. So that one is actually only available. Apparently, I have not updated a lot of my Windows apps. Um, ooh, they said the E word. They said the E word. Ecosystem. They're like, by the way, we had fine things before Apple, just so you know. From your Galaxy Book, not from any laptop. So that Smart Things is looks like it's still not in your actual. Hey, that's a new robot vacuum. They don't have that one yet. Smart Things is a great way to automate. If you want to automate a lot of things in your home, Smart Things is a great way to do it. Let me see. Let me know if you guys would want me to do like how to automate your smart home with Smart Things, because all of these things like my LifeX lights in the background, my Casa smart plugs, all of these things also work with Smart Things. I usually use them with Google Home, but if you want more of an automation, you can actually do those with Smart Things as well. Like I've seen some smart homes where people are getting really crazy. So like you can have a sensor on the door. So as soon as it's open, the light turns on automatically. I think that's a really cool like automation. Basically, as soon as the door's open, it turns on. Um, yeah, I've liked them. Like I've only used automation really for like my porch lights and my backyard lights for the most part, and also my baby monitor. Like it'll only show me alerts from this time to this time. But I haven't done too much automation, even though I know about it a little bit more. Yes, a smart things video would be great. Cool. Okay, yeah, I'll put that on the list for videos to do because we could definitely do that. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, Galaxy Book is not worth it. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so all the regular Galaxy Books come out now. Galaxy Book Odyssey isn't coming out till August. Um, Samsung Screen Recorder is, but as far as I didn't think that was on any app. I could be wrong. And that is it. It does not look like there's anything else that's going to be announced. And it doesn't look like there's anything going to be announced besides that. So it does look like that's going to be everything. Let's see. Check out the new. Okay. So let me. I am going to. I'm going to go over all the pricing for each of these. Now I am going to sign in, which means I'll have like my student discount. Again, I can't tell you guys how I got the student discount because again I've gotten flagged before, so I won't do that much. But let's see what we can do here. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. And let's go over all of the pricing for each of these. Okay. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Just say this is going to. Or, I'll just fix it here. Hold on. What piece of equipment are you using to do a live stream? I am using the software I'm using is called XSplit. So that's the software that I'm using. In terms of the hardware I'm using, I am using my old G85 from Panasonic, the Lumix G85. And then I am using HDMI to my Envato gaming, Envato capture card. All of this, by the way, is always in my Amazon storefront. So if you actually look in the description, it's probably the fourth line or so. If you want to see what I'm using, click this link and it tells you how I do all of these videos. Okay, so let's go ahead and check these out, guys. So we have the Galaxy Book Pro right here. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure there's no trade-in. So we start off with no trade-in value. So 13.3, i5, 8 gigs of RAM, 899. This is not worth it. Not worth it. Right now, I'll tell you right now. For $899, this is not worth it. I think it probably does have an OLED display, which is nice. Let me see. Let me turn off the Unpacked. Done with that now. Okay. So it does have the best Wi-Fi on the market. It does have, some nice features. So yes, this one does have, both of these have the OLED display. But basically, the OLED display is the only thing that stands out about this for this price point. I know they said the 20-hour battery life, but we'll see kind of thing, in terms of how that actually is. So for $899, this is not worth it. For the 15-inch model, you're still getting 8 gigs of RAM. You're getting at least 512 storage at a minimum. But still, you're talking about $1,000 effectively. And actually, sorry, these are the discounted prices with the student discount. So let me rephrase that. The 13.3 inch is actually $999, which for $1,000, an 8 gig of RAM laptop is not worth it. And it doesn't actually, so the 13.3 inch for the Pro model, it does not look like you can get the 16 gigs of RAM. So right away, the Galaxy Book Pro 13.3 inch model, I would not recommend, period. For 15.6 inch, so the Galaxy Book Pro models cannot go above the, oh no, okay. So it can go, let me go back then. Yeah, so the Galaxy Book Pro 13-inch model cannot go above 8 gigs of RAM. So for $1,199, I would not recommend it. I just would not recommend the Galaxy Book Pro 13-inch. 15-inch model can get 16 gigs of RAM, but it's $1,299. Again, the only thing this laptop has is the AMOLED display. So unless that is really crucial to you, and you can't maybe get like a Razer laptop with an AMOLED display, I would say Razer is actually better priced, which is surprising for me to say, but than this in terms of price point. Obviously, different kind of computer altogether, but just I know some of them have AMOLED at that price of at $1,300. Okay, Pro 360. Let's try out this. Okay, so for the Pro 360, this is a touchscreen. The fully goes back, the pen, all that kind of stuff. It starts out at $1,200. Oh no, wait. Yeah, it starts off at $1,200. Are you kidding me? They are charging you $200 for this difference of RAM. Okay, I guess it's RAM and SSD, but still, that is ridiculous. 1,400 for an i7 processor, 16 gigs RAM, 13.3. I mean, I'm sorry, but there's better out there. There just is. There's better out there in the market that I would recommend. Maybe if it goes on sale, and maybe if you get a trade-in. Look, with a trade-in value, you can get up to $550 off. So maybe that's where this would really be good. I think if you're doing a trade-in value, and for 13.3 inch i7 16 gigs of RAM, if you're trading something in and you can get it around the $800 to $900 price point, $900 would be good for this. $900 would be good for an i7 13.3 inch, even $1,000, I would say. But it is $400 too expensive, in my opinion, for what you're getting for it. Okay, 15.6 inch. Yeah, they don't mention anything about these being 5G or LTE. Maybe because the 5G isn't available everywhere. The 5G is only going to be in certain countries, and I don't think it's going to be global. It's only going to be LTE global. All right, then the top one for the Galaxy Pro 360 series is going to start at $1,500. And this has an i7 processor, has a terabyte. Solid specs on this one. For $1,500, this is actually more acceptable than the 13-inch. I think the 13-inch is a little bit too overpriced, in my opinion. I would say I would still like this to be $1,300. 1500 I think is a little bit much, but at least you're getting a terabyte solid state. You're getting 16 gigs. You're getting an OLED. You're getting an i7 processor, 11th gen. But yeah, so I think the key to this really is if you can get these with um, with the capability of like, oh, okay, I can get this with a trade in. I think these are really good values if you have a qualifying trade in for it. So if you have a qualifying trade in, I think these are going to be really good values. I will share the link to so you guys have it. But let's see. Okay, now let's see if we go back. Do they have the Galaxy Book? Do they have the other Galaxy Book? Or not right now? So they're only showing off actually the Galaxy Book Pro and Pro 360. They're not showing off the regular Galaxy Book, which is interesting because does that mean that one isn't even coming to the US right away? Hmm. At least as of right now, it does not look like they have the regular Galaxy Book. They're only showing off the Galaxy Book. They're only showing off the Galaxy Book Pro and Pro 360. Again, are you guys interested in me checking any of these out? Let me know in the comment section if it's something you'd really be interested in seeing. Because I gotta tell you, like, I don't know if I'd get these over the current models. So let's see. Um, hmm. So, okay, Galaxy Book Flex is even more expensive. Okay, definitely again, 10th gen versus 11th gen processors. For the processor speed, the turbo boosting though is pretty much on par. These are bigger batteries than before, it looks like. And again, 20 hours. This was saying 18.5 hours. It never got that high. So that's the Flex. Alpha, though. Let's see the Flex, which was the top of the line kind of stuff. So the Flex actually had a bigger battery, but again, they've made these more efficient or stuff. So yeah. It doesn't have the wireless charging in the display. See, and this is the thing. You got two Thunderbolt 3s with this one. With this one, you're only getting one Thunderbolt 4. Again, these are the old models. I'm just looking through them to kind of compare them wise. And this one even has a bigger battery. So this one even has a bigger battery than, and this is the Ion, which is the older model. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how big of a step up I would say that these are in comparison. I guess this is the big thing right now. If you do pre-order, you get $150 towards add-ons, or the Galaxy Buds Pro for free. So I guess that's what I would really say is if you have a trade-in, this is a good laptop. These are totally good laptops with a trade-in. But I would pretty much only go with the trade-in for it. Again, if you Google how to purchase a student email, you can get it. I paid $5 literally for mine, and I have a student email now that I can get discounts on websites like Samsung.com. for. So it's definitely pretty easy to get it. And again, you saw when I was like looking at these, my student discount saves me a pretty good amount, like for each one. Like, let me turn off the trade-in just to show you the difference. Um, like $100, $110, um, $140. So like you get pretty good trade-in. You get pretty good, sorry, discounts if you do happen to get it. Like their top of line one, instead of 1,500, it goes for 1,350. So definitely, if you get a student discount, this will also help this make it a lot easier. Because again, I do feel like they're $100 to $200 too expensive for each category. So getting the student discount will really, really help in that instance, to get a much better discount. I mean, you're talking about $160 just for getting a student email. So definitely, I'd recommend doing that. And then if you do the trade-in on top of that, so what trade-ins can you really do? I'm curious what old PCs you can trade in. You can actually trade in a lot of old PCs. Anyone still watching? Do you guys have any laptops that you have modeled? We can literally, I want to see what your trade-in value would be for it if you have it. I wonder how old these are. So let's see. I'll start with my wife's. It doesn't even. Oh, wait. So it doesn't even ask you which model. It's just basically telling you if you have a laptop, you can trade it in for $50. So any old looking laptop, as long as you have the charger and as long as it's working, you'll get $50 for an old crummy laptop. So yeah, um, that's about it. How about a tablet? What if I trade in a tab? So if I traded in my wife's Tab S6, I was like, babe, you don't need a tablet like this anymore. I think you need a touchscreen laptop with a pen. $400. That's pretty good. I mean, it brings my price down to, for the top of the line one, right? For the top of the line one with the student discount and with the Tab S6 trade-in, it goes to $989. That is a good price for this top of the line laptop. For this top of the line laptop, for it to be $1,000, saving over $500. Keep in mind with these discounts, that is an awesome price for this kind of computer. So, and that's what I'm saying. If you have a trade-in, it's pretty much going to be, yeah. But yeah, it is definitely not worth it to trade in your laptop here. I think I've shown you guys this before, but a really good one is it's worth more. Sorry, it's worth more. This one is the best one I would recommend if you want to sell a used computer. So someone just said that they did have the Surface Pro 3, right? So let's see. So Surface Studio, sell Surface. So you have the Surface Pro 3. So if you were to sell the Surface Pro 3, can you tell me which version of it is? I'll go for the lowest one until I find out. So the lowest Surface Pro 3. Say it's good technology, right? Fully functional, yes. Good. We'll say the cover you probably have and the power supply. For the lowest one on the Surface Pro 3, not that much worth it, right? That's only $30. Let's go ahead though and tweak a few things. So let's say it's the i7 version with 8 gigs of RAM, 256. Let's not go, and just good quality. By the way, this does go up pretty drastically if you do higher than good quality. So that's 150. If you have flawless, basically no marks or scratching or anything like that. Okay, so you have the i5 processor, and we're going to say it's flawless, just to kind of go with that. i5, you didn't tell me which RAM, but I'm going to go with 8 and 128. Flawless. Good, you have the pen, power supply on that. That's going to be 150. So again, it's better than what Samsung's offering, for sure. And again, this was with the i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of storage. So note that. But that's 150. Again, they'll do trade-in, I would say a little bit more. Now, could you still sell it for more? Probably. But this one is really good. Plus, they can do Zelle, which is really nice. Just because if you have a bank that's like it's in your account the next day. RAM would either be 8 gigs or 4 gigs, but at 8 gigs of RAM with 128 gigs of storage, that would be $150 you would get for this trade-in. Let's see. What if you had... What tablet does this... Oh, how funny. If you actually trade in a Surface Pro 2017, what year did the Surface Pro come? So they're actually counting the Surface as a they're actually counting the Surface as a tablet. So the Surface Pro 5 came out in 2017, apparently. Is that right? Surface Pro 5? Are we that far ahead in Surface Pros now? Yeah, Surface Pro 5. Okay, so yeah, the Surface Pro 5 you would actually get $350 for. The Surface Pro Go, you would get $112 for. So the Surface Book Go is actually pretty good to get that much, because I don't think the Surface Go would sell for that much nowadays. But I would say that's a good price for the Surface Pro 5, to be honest. It's a pretty decent price for it. For the i5 128 gig model, yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Let's see. Of course, phones are going to be probably the most you'll get for a trade-in. So if you traded in your Note 9 to discount your new laptop, you would get $300 off of it. Wow, you actually get more for tablets right now. Yeah, I would say your phone trade-in value is better for a phone than it is for this. It looks like they're giving the best for tablets. Go up to $340 with an iPad Pros. But I think if you have an old Samsung tablet, you could probably get your best trade-in value for here. I mean, even a Tab A 10.5 inch for $150, not a bad trade-in. So yeah, so again, I think this really is a thing where if you are trading in a laptop, not maybe a laptop, a tablet or a phone, I think you'll get a good trade-in value for here, and you can really lower the price down, for sure. So depending on what you, like, again, if I traded in my wife's Tab S6 because I wanted to get a laptop, which does have a 15.6 inch AMOLED display, I mean, that would be pretty good. I'm not going to lie, that's actually a pretty good value for it. But yeah, other than that, I would probably not recommend hopping on these too quickly. Alright guys, hopefully you did like this watch along live stream. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up below before you leave. I really do appreciate you guys watching this with me. Thank you guys always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.
Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least it's what you